Okay, so this is right to our Lego versus Lego battle. Um, we have upgraded the sound a little bit. Hopefully, it'll be much easier for people to actually hear what we're definitely learning and new to this live streaming business. So we are trying to um, improve areas where we can. There will be certainly be echo. Not much we can do about that. We are doing this in our kitchen, and there's no real way for us to put up sound deadening stuff in here. So sorry about the bit of echo, folks. But yeah, should still be able to hear us a whole lot better than our previous stream. And that's our very first stream. We actually didn't actually have the build space in view for until about 15 minutes into the video. And then our second stream, while everything was in view, it was almost inaudible in so many places. So hopefully this will fix that. Yeah, so it'll be Stallones Reviews Jr. battling her father. First, let's take a quick look at the builds as they are. So this is the Lego build so far. What's interesting is these little guys here. I'm not sure what that's about. We'll compare it real quick to the FLego build. These are both of Nevermore Academy. So far, you can see how much larger the FLego build is. An interesting creative choice to do a lot of it in white bricks for the FLego kit, whereas the Lego kit is in grays and blues, which I think probably matches the tone better, but we're going to have to see how this FLego kit turns out. The FLego kit, as was described in the previous videos, is quite a bit smaller. I mean, the Lego kit is quite a bit smaller than the FLego kit. The FLego kit is almost 3 times as many bricks as the actual Lego kit. So, yeah. I did want to apologize in advance. We ordered some pizza, which is taking a little while to get here, but it's coming soon. So you may have to hear as much on pizza here. But we will get here started. So Julie was lost in her room. She is heading that direction. She'll be joining us here soon. I'll try to get the plastic away from the mic as best I can there. Let's see here. So I only found one bag 3. So we're going to have to. If it turns out I've missed some pieces, I'm going to have to do some digging around in the box. It's a pretty big box and a lot of bricks or brick bags. Let's try to see what here. Yeah. Stallones Reviews, Miss Stallones Reviews, can you go grab your daughter? See her take a song. All right.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah, you already started with that.
Okay. Why should I want? I want to be Victor.
Cheater?
Cheater.
Try and hurry.
All right, let's see here. I need to turn mine.
Where are my plastic things? You used to put like pieces.
Oh yeah, you'll have to get that. If you'd have to now here one prior to the stream start, you would sure have that ready. You may hear a dog bark too as after a ride. She doesn't do that.
Ah.
I have the advantage.
I have a handful of stuff in my head.
Is that the story about the whale?
No, it's a Disney movie.
Oh.
Where those songs deeply. Of course I do. And by of course I do, I mean I know exactly too. Actually, no, one, and it's just we don't talk about it. Oh.
We got our kits from two different places. The Lego kit actually came from Lego itself, and the FLego kit came from Shellbrick, if I remember, shellbrick.com, one of my favorite places to order brick kits from. I don't order from Team very often unless I have credit with that, or it's something that I really want, and Shellbrick doesn't have it. Shellbrick, they ship your stuff very carefully. Your product buys in very nice shape, whereas Temu, it comes in, yeah, usually just smashed up mess. So, yeah.
No! You're making me enter my password.
Don't shoot that. Turn that feature off.
There we go. It's a safety thing, though.
I need to take some pictures. So we also take regular photographs of our build here, so that way we can put together little shorts and montages. I don't think I'm going to use my little phone stand for pictures. There's not much space. Hey, what's going so fast? We're so down.
No.
There you go. All right, here you go. Finally, go 6
You got ahead of me. You didn't even take pictures. So I feel like that should dock you some points. Me and mother were watching Camp Cretaceous, and we're like, I'm like 2 seasons now. She just finished when we were heading to NA.
What's Camp Cretaceous?
It's surprisingly, I just found out. I think there's like 2. There are TV shows that go with Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Oh, just there's something on the ground there.
Actually, it's just Jurassic World they go with, not Jurassic Park.
Okay.
I think there's a new series actually that might come out. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, okay. Of course it is, because they always come back to do something stupid. Oh, that sucks for them.
Something else we've ordered from Temu lately is seeds.
Lots and lots of seeds. We don't even know what they are.
The worst part about it is if you order more than one seed pack at a time, they come in unidentified packages, and so you really don't know what seed you're getting, which one's which. In most cases, there are some. It's not all that way. There are some, but most of them are exactly that way, unfortunately.
So we don't know what we're going.
So we have no idea exactly. We have an idea, so you can certainly narrow it down a little bit. But
wait, shouldn't they have like IP numbers or something? Right? Can
something to
Google.
For these guys.
We'll have to see if the mic is working better now.
Oh yeah, I tested it last week. It was so much better.
That's good. Oh, the next season of one of my new favorite animes actually should be coming out like end of next week.
What's it? What is it?
Mashal, the one I been wanting you to get me the manga for.
Are you watching it on?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, is it on Netflix? Okay.
It's not on Crunchyroll.
So I don't know if you heard, but there is a law that's passed down in Texas that will dramatically damage the role of anime, manga, such in the United States for a bit here.
What do you mean?
Because basically any depiction of a character that might be less than 18 or look less than 18, any sexualization of that character or anything like that, if they're wearing skimpy clothing or something like that, they means that they can basically prosecute the person that's has those characters being seen. So whatever. So any comic book stores and bookstores selling manga, any libraries that happen to have manga.
Just in Texas?
Just in Texas right now.
That's good. Hopefully it doesn't spread, because that's stupid.
Well, it should be essentially struck down by the Supreme Court, because it does involve a lot of guessing and assumptions of how characters are, their ages and how they can express the characters. Because you certainly, as a writer, you can express the character however you want.
Yeah, doesn't that actually go against one of the amendments?
Yeah. So yeah, for
the Constitution.
So you have the right to express yourself however you want within a certain reason. In the United States, definitely, Japanese anime culture can be very violent, and definitely including sexual violence. In fact, there's quite a bit of anime that is not available to be watched in the United States, because it definitely falls into the pornography category, and including seeing very young people in very sexualized situations, including torture pornography and all kinds of stuff like that. So a lot of that even is because of that thing, regardless of the story content or quality or so.
That stuff makes sense. Because,
yeah, sure. I mean, you definitely see a line there, but where you draw that line is going to be difficult to draw, and that's been a struggle for artists and stuff, especially in the United States, since the creation of the United States, practically. People arguing, whether this bit of art, this painting or whatever, this nude person, whether it's considered art or pornography. And of course, pornographers themselves, they like to say, hey, maybe it is pornography, but it's also art, and so we should be able to.
To be fair, if it's just that, because I mean, Demon Slayer has only a few instances of that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Nezuko gets into her full, pretty much adult-looking form.
Yeah,
kind of like that. I mean, most Gundams.
So there's the hope that essentially companies like PlayStation and Crunchyroll will run with this as a lawsuit to challenge those laws, so that they can continue to sell their product. So, because the only other option is to just simply pull all their products, which would suck for us, and it would suck for them, because that would really just shut out a big market of their products, so they would lose a lot of money. So, it seems like it would be wise of them to go ahead and challenge that in the courts as soon as possible. Sometimes what has to happen, though, you could just simply have a small bookstore that gets accused under the Texas law. The person gets, fined or imprisoned or threatened with any of that, and then, goes to the court system, appeal after appeal, and eventually to the Supreme Court that way. That'll take a whole lot longer.
But if the actual people making that stuff themselves all those products. Might get there just the slightest bit faster.
So it is kind of a shocking time in the anime right now. We'll have to see how it goes.
I'm not worried about Mashal being stopped because there's like pretty much nothing I can think of that would be appropriate on that.
I think, I certainly don't think that child pornography is any way to blame. But I do wonder that if you have someone that, unfortunately, their experience of sexual enjoyment does fall in the line of sexuality, that if they can get that in a source that is artificial, in other words, no kid is really being harmed, and it's just all done with either AI or animation or something like that, how dangerous is that? And if it keeps them from actually committing such acts, was it then a good thing? And that's what I wonder. If they can get their sexual gratification through these artificial routes, or no one is actually being harmed, how bad is it? That's the question I ask myself. So by clamping down and closing off that avenue, maybe then they start actually raping children and crap like that, so that they can get their sexual gratification. That's what I worry about. We'll see.
I have a lamp here.
I was wondering, so what's these under right here?
I think they're probably using some sort of like shelf thing to change stuff or something. I mean, My Hero Academia then might have some issues, which would suck since that's a highly popular one.
Just tons of that anime, and there's unfortunately a lot of sexual violence in Japanese culture. Anyway, I just miss a lot of that problem. But we already filter that stuff anyway in the United States. There's already some pretty decent existing laws in place on a federal level, not a state level, that prevents a lot of that from infiltrating to America's view. So we need more stringent things by the states, but that's up to the states. Unfortunately, they actually are under control of very conservative factions that are anti-freedom.
Yeah, one of my friends came across an image of the cover of one of those animes that is just extremely weird, like Sweet Home Alabama type stuff, like adopted sibling thing. I don't know. And she showed it to me since I'm the person who's the anime expert of our group. And I was like, I don't really know how to explain this, because this is definitely not in, like most manga or anime. So don't go thinking that it's that bad. But yeah, some of it's definitely like that. So it's worse. She was like, what? I'm like,
Nope.
What?
Oh, I dropped off that first.
Where was this come from? Where was this came from? Oh. Buttons. Okay. The same color. I think it might be I think it's the same color.
Should go start pizza with you. I'm actually pretty hungry, honestly.
Agreed.
You did some yard work today. And
I got my Brainium's planet.
I actually did a particular system a number of years ago. I only did half the flower bed, and I have no idea why I only did half the flower bed. Maybe just to see how it actually worked for me before doing anything more. I don't know. But anyway, it works fine. It was a buried system. They're actually very easy to do. If you're ever wanting to install a sprinkler system yourself, you can watch probably pretty quick YouTube videos to get you right up to speed. But I only did half the flower beds, so there was another half left. And so this time I just decided I bought a little kit off Cruncher, or not Cruncher, off Temu. It was very cheap, very large, and it's quick, easy install. And now it's going to cover everything that left behind. It should be pretty awesome. And hopefully extend our growing power. All right, here's what we're going to try and make.
When are we gonna try and get the tree in our backyard taken care of so we can plant stuff?
Might be able to do this someday soon.
Are we getting back from 4:30?
Getting back from where?
Yes.
Oh, you're trying to do something from Mars, do you?
Yeah.
I don't think getting over here at 4 o'clock's going to do it. You need to be here in the morning.
Then no, we're not doing it this morning.
Okay, well, sweet.
It's sad, but we need time to go to watch all the movies we've been planning on watching, the YouTubers we've been planning on watching, and also to go over martial arts stuff. Because we both need work on it. Speaking of, I need to make note cards.
Note cards? Sure.
Yeah, for the wisdom aspect of the testing.
Oh, sure.
Because it's tiger and dragon. So I think tiger is the actual fighting, and the dragon is the wisdom stuff. You have to know stuff.
Yeah. No stuff.
Good night, because I'm bad at memorizing stuff.
Or not.
It depends on what it is and whether or not I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, then it's just going to be kicked out of my brain, like the day after I learn it. Ow. But it was like country flag cars I attempted to do all, which I ended up just giving up kind of. I can memorize those fairly easily. At one point I tried to remember the order which states were inducted into the U.S. I went, okay. I haven't really gotten back to that. The glare of the light on my thingy is annoying. Okay. So after I'm done reading some math, I think I will probably read through Attack on Titan and Fairy Tail. I think that's what I have for next. So. Oh, and I need to finish my MHA Vigilantes. Vigilantes is another. It's the other series of MHA that's gonna have trouble with the text this thing.
Yeah.
Because that's like worse than normal MHA. Especially with Midnight's original costume that they show in it.
What?
need to finish watching Full Metal Alchemist to appease my other friend.
I went again, by the way.
That's because you had such a big high first start. We're going to do like 2 full things. Settings. How many bags have you done today?
Well, this is bag 4.
You did have a pretty big head start, so.
I don't know what you mean.
I wanted to finish reorganizing my ghost storybooks to bring to the sleepover. Because we're gonna do a cookout theme. We're gonna roast hot dogs on a campfire and make s'mores.
Cool.
Read ghost stories around.
So there's mine, folks. I think my little off the screen there, both that sorry about that. That's what it looks like from the side view. Not good.
I think I did a pretty good job almost catching up.
There we go. I think that's the direction I can go now.
Could probably do another bag because you mean you have lots of bags. I don't know how many pages I have left until I finish mine.
Okay, so that might be. Sorry, folks, I'll try to do one camera this time. He says our channel's on camera.
Yeah, because I'm hardly moving my thing. Can I eat garlic bread? I like garlic bread. Garlic bread.
Definitely something came hungry, man.
Or slow pizza.
I'm afraid it's going to get to a stone cold.
Maybe there's a really bad traffic accident or something. Wait.
So we ordered pizza tonight from Doctors. I don't know if you have Brothers for you, but it's very good pie.
I can't personally like that much. It's sad. So much time.
Still do very well with customized pie.
I tried taco ones. Just afraid I won't like it and not eat anything.
Yeah, and they're awful expensive not to eat the entire pie.
I'll be forced to eat it for a little. I don't like that. So, not that I am a big fan of leftovers. Anyway.
Bam, 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 bam. There it is. That was all it was kind of fun.
I still have the last Jurassic World movie to watch.
The Jurassic World movie.
I think that's okay. Ooh, I also have the next to Pirates of the Caribbean movies to watch.
There's one of them.
My friend showed them to me when I was at her house last weekend. And I was like, how have I never seen this before? This is
Yeah, I've seen them all.
when? It had to be a really long time ago. I don't even remember the music to it because last year my friends were like singing it like at a part of like at least half the year endlessly making jokes, and I was just sitting there not knowing what the heck they were talking about.
Hmm.
It was really lonely. This also come about again with the books they read, because 2 of them are really into the romance books, and I'm not. I wish I have one of my friends I can still talk to. But then she'll endlessly talk to me about scenes, and I'll be like, I'm going to be reading this eventually. You don't need to. It's either have no clue what they're talking about, or get way too much information about random scenes in the book.
Oh.
It's funny because one of last year and this year actually, whenever I try to do like ghost stories at recess or like choose your own adventures at recess, and they're like all on board with going ahead and doing it, they're over the recess break, will then be like not listening at all. And I'll be like sitting there and like, guys, let's get back to the story, please. And they won't. And it's just like, come on. This man has to be better. Okay. Yep. Half of our friend group this year was made up of 7th and 6th graders. Because all of them were lonely and had no friends, and so they became and joined our weird friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Almost done.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I just got here not long. Skateboarding. Skating. Oh. Wait. There we go. That was good. But, oh, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Look at the lightings and make people even shabby. Screen this chair.
Yeah. I want you up at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to speak about physics.
Okay.
See if our new welder is any good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See? Because it has them in there. That's where their fancy
Oh, does it
versions
have
go
pop
in.
it out then? Is that what this is for? Yeah,
No, there's shelves with different things, as well as the characters.
Yeah,
the other ones.
these help push the shelf out so that we can grab this way.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, no. I should probably move the tab. Yeah, I just had the audacity of finding out and missing some of the FNAF graphic novels. And, like, you need to get me the shows from the Pizza Place. So I don't think there's any more for Fazbear Fight right now. I also need the first 4 Wings of Fire comics. What? Who is? Need is not very subjective with the FNAF ones since you always get them for me. So I do.
What we need is a pizza. Where's pizza go? What?
What?
Pizza's been here?
in here, yes.
Just starting to
Ow. Really not made.
To be fair, I was in my room, so
No, you were sitting there with your father working on Lego. It's down. I opened the boxes. I took stickers off the boxes. I'm gonna set out here. I need the fucker free.
oh, I'm gonna go eat now.
Yeah. Why don't you bring me half a slice of garlic bread over there, please?
Half a slice.
Yep, we can add it after.
More garlic bread. More garlic bread. Oh,
Can you turn the oven on to 350, please?
Yep.
Thanks.
$3.50?
Yeah.
Oh, that bake. I forgot to hit bake. It's confusing me. I was staring at. I'm like, what's going on here? It's just me getting stuff. Done. Garlic bread, garlic bread. I love garlic bread. Do you want me to cut it with a knife?
I don't care how you do it.
Anybody else plan on using the sauce that comes with the garlic bread? No.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to? Because I can't dip it now.
Sure, you dip it once, you just can't dip it twice.
The problem.
Just tear off pieces of it.
Oh, okay. Do you want it now? Or?
Yes, please.
Okay, then
Not
I'll have it
so
after
miserable.
you. So once you're done with it, please tell me so that I can take it.
Okay. Thank you. So this time we also got some garlic bread. That's what we did last
I
time.
got garlic bread last time.
Oh, it's not as warm as I hoped it would be. Still cold, in fact. Okay, SRJ, you can have the sauce.
Yeah. You're not gonna use it again?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the rest of your
Eating cold bread isn't very good.
Take the rest of your garlic bread too.
That's fine. I don't care. Eat cold toast is not good.
Maybe your father should do some sleep screens to go to the head.
Sneak stream, huh?
It would be, because I wouldn't know which one.
And oh, next page. Quite a few bricks. You guys can try watching stuff and I can tell you how much it comes across the speaker or microphone. If it sounds in that direction, it probably won't be too bad. Bang, 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 bang.
Saying bang makes it work better.
It does actually. She saw. Bang, 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 bang.
I'm not even questioning. I'm stating. Wow. That would work. Go.
Bang, 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 bang.
I personally think it should be in
Bang, 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 bang. almost done, folks. And then we'll be done with the stream for tonight. My oven's ready. I can warm up my pizza. Nothing worse than pizza. But you don't want it. All right. Uh-oh. Bang, 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 bang. Okay. That is the last of that night 4. And we're on bag 5. Show you. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you were watching the live stream, thanks again for watching. Stallones reviews. Please hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. We need you desperately. We've been stuck at like 420, 421, 422 for a couple weeks now. And we've gone from 422 down to back to 420 and 421 and then back to 420 and back to 422. So yeah, if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And please consider we're on Patreon for $3 a month to get ad-free reviews. So please decide what love making next. All right, we should be resuming the stream next Friday. As my family's arguing over nothing over there. But yeah, so pay attention to next Friday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be building some more. Thanks for watching.